Hello, welcome, radiant souls of the light. It's such a pleasure to be with you in one of our final lives for this profound year of 2024. As we head into this holiday season, let's gather in and share some higher consciousness, some higher vibration, energy, thoughts, and realizations that I trust will flow through you over the next 8 minutes or so of our live connection, or perhaps you'll be following this in the replay. Solstice is upon us this weekend, and we've been preparing for this cosmic, sacred portal of light for at least 2 weeks now. You may have noticed that the past 2 weeks have flown by very quickly, but you also may have felt as though you were going through a lot of internal searching. A lot of layers have been shed, and there's been a definite shift in your inner environment compared to previous months of this physical, testing, intensive 8 universal year. We're going to look at solstice this evening. We're also going to look at why sleep tests, lessons during our sleep have increased over the last 2 weeks, and they certainly have. And also, I have an important message for those of you who are here to bring through your highest consciousness, to embody your wisdom every day. You're dedicated to doing that. We are certainly going to see an increase of souls taking on those roles as we head into 2025 and the Aquarian era escalates. But I have a specific message for you about your presence and the role that you play, and I trust it will put you at ease as we head into the holiday season, so stay with me for that. Now, I'm Elizabeth Peru. Welcome if you're new here. I'm a spiritual teacher and a cosmic guide. I've been on my path for over 25 years, and one of my primary teaching vehicles is through my weekly soul-inspired energy forecasts and life guidance in the tip-off. Perhaps you have been following the tip-off for over 20 years. That's how long it's been out there for, or perhaps you've met me through live events or personal sessions or through the blogs and the teachings and all of the YouTube videos that have been going on for over 20 years or so. My intention always is to empower the soul, that you experience your soul, that you rise in higher consciousness so that you know who you are. And when you know that infinite presence of soul, then life becomes so much more valuable and meaningful and satisfying. The whole journey of your life takes on a different hue, and you dedicate your life to finding out more and experiencing more of who you truly are. So you lead on purpose, and peace ensues. It really does. So if that sounds like something that you resonate with or would like to resonate with, then you will find your home here. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Solstice arrives this weekend. Day of most light here in the southern hemisphere, day of least light, darkest day of the year in the northern hemisphere. Sun rises high above the horizon at noon here in the southern, where I am in Australia, for example, and lowest above the horizon at noon in the winter and northern hemisphere. And indeed, we welcome in winter if you're in the northern, and summer astronomically if you're in the southern hemisphere. And we can certainly feel that. It's very hot where I am here in Australia, and I would imagine if you're in the north, it's very cold now too. We hold the balance for one another. But the solstice portal, where there's a real shift in energy and frequency every June and every December, is often overlooked as far as its impact on our soul's movement through the cycles of time and space. But the solstice really is like a marker that where all of our lessons come together and we're assessed. There are exams that happen on the higher frequencies of light as a soul, because life's all about tests, exams, levels of the game. We're going through different levels every day of our life, and it certainly feels like a game most days, doesn't it? And you may often say, why do I keep being tested? I hear that all the time. And I say to you, if you're getting lots of tests, congratulations, because it means you're evolving quickly and you're on a fast track to your own success. So welcome them in. Say thank you. Thank you, soul. Thank you, guides. Thank you, universe. Show me more. What am I learning? Speak with your soul. Ask for the guidance and the insight, and you will intuit it. It will come to you. But these layers of lessons, and there have been so many in 2024. What a physical year, a year like no other in our living memory. We've been preparing for 2025. Our acceleration into the Aquarian era transition is certainly underway. 2025, the wayshowers step forward. That's why I have a message for you this evening. But the solstice always marks a time when we are assessed by our own higher selves, our souls, and our guides and teachers of the light. So what happens is the physical lessons subside, and instead the etheric lessons take place at night while you're asleep. So you may have noticed over the last week or two heading into solstice that you are going through a lot of tests and exams and difficult situations that you need to face, perhaps fears, in your nighttime experiences. Let me know if that's happening to you. This won't be happening to everyone, but those souls who are really advancing in their lessons and have really faced a lot this year, I would imagine it's happening to you on some level. So your teachers in spirit, they test you as well as your soul does. And of course, we love that. We love looking up to our teachers and those that we coach us and support us and encourage us through our physical life and beyond. We want to do well by them because they have mastered the lessons already, and we're on our way to doing so. So in your sleep state, you may notice that you are facing incredible fears, and it will just be you. You'll be on your own. You may notice that no one around you is even noticing you while you're going through these tests. My advice is to dive into them, face them, put yourself forth. Don't be afraid. Embrace that which comes up for your review. You may wake up feeling exhausted, literally, mentally, emotionally, and even physically. Even though you haven't physically done anything, your body may feel lethargic and slow and tired. That's to be expected right now. And it's not just because it's the end of the year and it's holiday season and you just need a rest. That's some of it, but it's on a deeper level that these tests are happening. So we're going through our spiritual examinations right now, like we could say end of year assessments. Everything's wrapping up. There's some fine tuning to take place. And over the solstice weekend, that should start to subside. And you should notice that by next week into year end, that we become slower and still, and there's a sacred pause. Ask soul, go into your heart. Ask soul, that's your higher being, your infinite self. What am I being tested on? What have I achieved this year? What level in this game of life am I at? How much have I evolved? Soul will tell you, either intuitively or through messages in your dreams or through the vehicle of other people. Remember, soul's messages come through others as well. And I have a message for you this evening. In particular, if you are someone that works diligently at embodying your higher self, and perhaps you have put your hand up to say, I would like my presence to inspire others through my inspiring of my own life, which is pure Aquarian era energy. We inspire by being inspiring. That's how we affect change. If that's you and you have some type of influence or impact in your life, and perhaps you have felt dismayed over the last 12 months that your work or your presence isn't being acknowledged or recognized for the quality and the value that you know you bring through, and you've wondered why, and perhaps people are leaving your life, perhaps the numbers around you are dwindling and you're unsure why, listen to this, because I have a direct message from Soul for you. In fact, I wrote it down. I'm going to read it out and then we'll just talk about it. The higher vibration that you embody and emit, the less people you are likely to resonate with. I'll say it again. The higher vibration that you embody and emit, the less people you're likely to resonate with. As the vast number of humans are on their way to higher consciousness, but in no way are we there yet. So keep that in mind. If you've noticed that more and more people are falling away in your life, or that the people that are there, you're on different stratospheres of knowing, take that to heart and hold that dear as I continue. Honor and value the worth of who you are and what you bring through. So important. Honor and value the worth of who you are and what you bring through. And try not to look for mass or mainstream appeal. Do not evaluate yourself by that. You may notice, you may look around you at some of the people or situations in life that receive a lot of airplay. And you may wonder, why is that? Because that just seems like it just pulls you down. That just seems like lower consciousness. Why are so many people engaging with that? As I said, the higher consciousness that you emit, it will seem around you that the less and less frequencies that you resonate with. And it's true. There will be less. But eventually, the consciousness will lift and it will meet you. So you do not lower yourself, you keep rising. And you are so joyful in your rising, because it's the goal of the soul to rise this lifetime. And if you're recognizing that, then congratulations. Honor it, beloved one, and follow through. Some of the most profound teachers in every age have never been recognized until hundreds or thousands of years after their passing. Remember that. And we know that. We see that all the time. We see teachers like, let's take Tesla, for example, back in the late 1800s, early part of the 20th century. Incredibly advanced soul, brought through so many amazing truths and inventions and ideas and ways to advance society that were very Aquarian inspired, and was completely denigrated and shot down for it and squashed. And now we look at it and we applaud it. It's moving quickly, actually. Teachers of hundreds, if not thousands of years ago are only just being recognized now for their wisdom. But in their day, they were not. And it's happened all throughout our evolutionary cycle. As we move into this Aquarian era, you may start feeling that way about yourself. And you may start looking at all the different mishmash of consciousness and thinking, is it worth it? Are we really getting somewhere as a society? When the Piscean Aquarian age interlap as they are now, and they will be for the next 200 to 300 years until it's completely Aquarian energy, it will be confusing. It will seem chaotic, and you will need to know who you are and your truth and focus upon it. And do not be swayed off your path. If someone of a lower level consciousness, and we're not saying that that's bad or negative, because we all learn on our own timeline. And if it's not this lifetime, maybe it's the next. And if it's not the next, maybe it's the next. The more that you can embody awareness and act with wise choices, the quicker you move through your lessons and the less human lifetimes you need to evolve through to experience the wholeness of soul. And that's why we do what we do. So love that you've woken up to who you are. Love that you're on the conscious path of evolution, and keep rising higher. And try not to get frustrated if your family or your friends or your loved ones or your community are seeming less and less to resonate with you. You keep going on your path. Accept. Unconditional love is one of those aspects of the soul that develops. You'll be able to accept. You'll eventually not become frustrated. You'll be in so much higher love for the path of humanity and for the fact that you're facing your dark and you're moving through it with aplomb. And you can see that everyone else is as well. And you'll love this journey of the soul. So remember, keep on your path. Keep rising higher. That's the aim of the soul this lifetime, is to evolve, evolve, evolve. And know that as you do so, you make it easier for all those around you to do the same. You may not see your impact this lifetime, but it's having an impact. Know that, beloved ones. Take that with you through the holiday season, particularly through Christmas. If you're interacting with those that you haven't seen for a while, sit back, observe, be in your power. Hold your energy close. Come into the heart. Let soul lead you. 2025 is a soul-led year. I'm so excited for us. I'm so excited for what's coming through because of what we have just been through and how we're evolving. I trust this assists you. Come back in and watch several times. There'll be a new message for you every time that you do in the replay. And I love you so much. Thank you for everything this year, for every aspect of life that you've moved through. We've all felt you. We've all been there with you. We've all cheered each other on, as we'll continue to do over the coming days and weeks into the 9 universal year. Have a beautiful Christmas and holiday season. This is our last live until after Christmas. And I'll be with you every day in the tip-off Global Energy Forecast. The all-new tip-off just went online. And if you are a member of the tip-off, remember to register for our live event on the weekend of January 5, 2025, the year ahead. And I also have an announcement next week for tip-off members. There's an enhancement coming in 2025 to the tip-off, and I'm looking forward to telling you all about it. But that's a little gift just after Christmas. So, love to you, peace to you, and all power to you. As always, we'll speak again very soon.